My name's Duddits. I've got an absolutely disgusting, dirty build for you today, all based around the Euphony, the brand new raid exotic. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, I don't like using this for a DPS weapon. I think it's far better for a run and gun type of play. We're going to be featuring the spindle perk on this linear fusion rifle, how to get the best out of this and how we can incorporate this into a threadling build. We're going to have an absolute army of threadlings causing damage left, right and centre, and how we can get a constant stack of spindle going on this Euphony, causing absolute mayhem. Like I said, we're going to have threadlings everywhere, loads and loads of damage left, right and centre. We're going to be featuring an exotic class item with Osmiomancy and Verity. Just watch this grenade, just watch what happens to it. It's absolutely disgusting, so stay with me. So, we'll start off with the Euphony exotic strand rifle, strand linear fusion rifle from Defeating the Witness. It's a 3 burster, it's got a perk on there, Unwound, dealing sustained damage with this weapon, spawns threadlings at your target's location. It spawns 3 threadlings, and it's got the perk on there, Spindle. Threadling damage increases this weapon's damage. The threadling damage can come from your abilities, i.e. on a Warlock, threadlings, Weaver's Call, things like that. And every time you get a 2 stack of this, it goes up by 2%. So times 2 is 2%, times 4 is 4%. And the damage just keeps stacking and stacking and stacking. You'll see this clip here, I've got the times 10. This is how it sort of works. Times 18, times 21, all the way up to times 25, which would be a maximum of a 50% damage increase. And you can literally keep this going all of the time with this build and get even more benefits, so stay with again. Solapism, Spirit of Osmiomancy is a class item I'm going to be focusing on. Your grenades recharge quicker on hits. The Seeker spawn from cold snap grenades travels further, but don't worry about that. And then we're also going to be featuring Spirit of Verity to get some massive damage increase, 100% damage on our threadling grenades. But the Osmiomancy states here your grenades recharge quicker on hits. This works with threadling grenades. I covered this really early on at the beginning of the season. No one believed me, and then somebody else did a video on it and everyone started believing it. But there you go, grenades recharge quicker on hits. Threadlings, you get 3 threadlings, all these 3 separate hits, give you massive chunks back. Look at the state of that, absolutely crazy. But we could go even further than that with Facet of Balance, rapidly defeating targets with light damage, grants melee energy, rapidly defeating targets with darkness damage, grants grenade energy. You get kills with your threadling grenade, your Osmiomancy kicks in, your 3 separate hits or a couple of hits, get big chunks back, and your Facet of Balance is going to kick in because it's darkness kills. And on top of that, as you know, the Euphony will create threadlings as well. So your threadlings are going to attack the targets, your threadling grenades are going to attack the targets. You're just going to get infinite grenades. Just look at this grenades. 1, 2, 3 grenades I throw very, very in quick, rapid succession. So this weapon suits this type of build down to a T. On top of our threadling grenade, we've got Weaver's Call, where you put your class ability down. This will weave 3 threadlings and deploy any threadlings. And then on top of that, we have also got the icing on the cake for this build is Feed the Void, Devour. Every time you get a kill with your Weaver's Call or your threadling grenade, you will proc that Devour, or even your melee. So you got Devour going, so you got loads of damage going on with your spindle, with the actual linear fusion rifle, creating threadlings, which is 3 threadlings, and you'll see there times 12, times 13, and it'll go all the way up, right the way up to times 16 or something like that in the end, which is like a 32% damage increase. It goes 2% per stack, so it's absolutely crazy, and it absolutely wrecks mages and miners in the game. The other thing I just want to sort of mention as well before we get into it even more is the Spirit of Verity, weapon final blows with a damage type matching your grenade, grant a stacking damage bonus. So Spirit of Verity gives you 100% damage increase on your grenades. So all in all, you're going to create threadlings left, right and centre, getting loads of grenade energy back. Your grenades are doing 100% more damage with a times 5 stack, which is pretty easy to do because again these threadlings will extend the Devour that you get from the spindle from the linear fusion rifle, and will extend your Devour, and it will give you your times 1, times 2, times 3 Spirit of Verities as well. And you can see in this clip, this is a lost sector now. I've always got like a times 20, 25, even 15 sometimes, all of the time, and it's just absolute carnage. You've got so many free kills going on, loads and loads of grenades, and it absolutely wrecks champions once you round about a times 15 to times 25. And the more damage you do, the more damage you're going to gain from this weapon. It absolutely rinses. And I don't think it was strand burn in this. Most of the stuff that I did, there wasn't no strand burn active. so you can see how strong it is. It just absolutely demolishes. And the good thing about it is, well, if you're doing damage to a boss, all them threadlings will just go and get you extra kills. And it's really, really good with the new Song of Flame super on the Warlock. Well, any super, to be honest, but as we know, this super is really, really strong. It gives you loads and loads of damage reduction. And it also gives you, like, radiant health regeneration and everything going on. You've got radiant, devour going, damage resistance. And because of all the extra hits that you get with the weapon and the threadlings, you're just going to get so much super gains with this build. You can actually get quite a lot of prismatic energy with this build with these fragments as well. Facet of Sacrifice, while you have an Arc Solar Avoid buff, your ability Final Blows grant darkness. We're always going to have Devour, we're always getting darkness kills. On top of that, we're going to be featuring Facet of Hope, while you have an elemental buff, i.e. Devour, you're going to get increased class ability regeneration for your Weaver's Call. On top of that, even more icing on the cake, Facet of Honor, collecting an elemental pickup or destroying a tangle, grants transcendent energy of the same type. All these three work in absolute harmony with this build. And then Facet of Dawn, powered melee hits against combatants make you radiant. So you're always going to have that extra 25% buff going as well. And then Facet of Balance, which we've focused on, which we've already touched on. Rapidly defeated targets with light damage grants melee energy. And dark damage grants grenade energy. And you can see in this clip here, once you've got that Song of Flame going, you may as well forget about it. Everything just gets wrecked with this linear fusion rifle. It is so strong. And again, I know I keep banging on about it, but you'll see with the Osmiomancy perk on there and the death runes going, it's just damage everywhere. You've got literal infinite threadlings via your grenade, which you've already seen. You get loads of grenade energy back, and then the threadlings from the linear fusion rifle. It's just an army of threadlings and an army of damage. It's just an absolute disgusting build. I've run it in everything, and it's really, really good in everything I've used it in. The typical way to use this linear fusion rifle, I've seen loads of videos on it, and I've tried it myself, is a DPS option. I personally prefer this not as a DPS weapon. I think it's too good of a weapon to be not running in a build like this, an infinite threadling build. I really prefer it for a run and gun type of play. Bolstering Detonation is just another mod with Bomber you can consider. Grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a grenade. This gives you loads of Weaver's Call. And then Bomber, every time you use your class ability, you get grenade energy. So it's a nice little cycle. And on top of that, Special Ammo Finder. I actually run 2 of these on this build because it increases the amount of ammo per brick that you pick up if you run 2 of them. So that's an absolute crucial one for this build, as the linear fusion rifle is a special weapon. More icing on the cake, Radiant Orbs on the Seasonal Artifact perk. Whenever you have a solo or a prismatic subclass equipped, picking up an orb makes you radiant. More radiance with the Facet of Dawn as well. And on top of that, Shield Crush. While you are amplified or radiant, your grenade recharges faster and deals increased damage. So on top of the Verities, we're going to get another 25% damage increase and even more grenade recharge rate. I have tried it in the GM, like I said, I did run it a couple of times in the GM, and it's not that it's not so good in here. It is good, but the ads are very scattered about, so it was quite hard to get the stack up consistently. It wasn't really a damage problem, it was just the amount of ads that was spawning. As we know, the Glassware, they're sort of sporadic, you go through long periods of time where you're sprinting around. But in high density ad situations, this build absolutely shines. Honestly, I'd really give this a go if you've got this weapon, or really try and get this weapon from the raid. I'm going to start looking at doing some sort of raid helps in the next couple of weeks anyway, so stay tuned on the channel for that. And on top of that, I'm going to leave a build card for you with all the mods playing out, because I didn't focus on every single mod, but here's a build card from my friend Mr. Slayer God over on Twitter. I hope you found this video somewhat helpful. Let me know what you think. And again, I just want to sort of say, like, it's only my opinion on it. I don't think it's the best DPS weapon in my opinion. I've tried it a lot in different situations. I think it's far better for a build like this. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.